Like many manor houses, Chavenage would have once had a full team of gardeners carefully tending to every inch of the grounds. But nowadays, well, it's just really the family doing their best to keep these beautiful gardens alive. And today, in honour of the Chelsea Flower Show, we're inviting you to join us for a stroll across the lawn and meet someone rather special who knows a thing or two about gardens. Welcome back to Life at the Manor. And I've missed being on camera, guys. I think I've missed out on a few episodes.
Yeah, where have you been?
It's just been a busy time and I've missed all the filming days. But I'm so happy to be back.
You've been busy in the cafe and the glamping and everything else.
Everything.
Anyway, you're back now and we've got an epic episode in store.
Yes.
Because in honour of the Chelsea Flower Show week, we thought it'd be the perfect opportunity to show you our very garden here and the future of it too.
Yes, very exciting. And you may or may not know that we are situated between two royal estates, Gatcombe Park and Highgrove. And Highgrove especially is known for its spectacular gardens. And we've got somebody very special coming today, haven't we?
Yeah, who worked on that very estate for 20 years. Right, it's about time you head off to meet our special guest and leave me with the dogs.
Yeah, I will.
Off you go. Good luck. Right, where are my dogs? Hello. Oh, don't you guys go too? Great.
So I'm off to meet our good friend Jack, who is going to give us some expert advice on what we can do with the garden here at Chavenage and to create a garden for James and I here. And he has been a gardener at Highgrove for the past 21 years, so he really knows what he's talking about. There's no one better than Jack to go and have a stroll around the lawn with. Jack, it's so nice to have you here at Chavenage. Obviously, you've been here so many times before and you're a great friend of James's.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to ask you, just sort of first off, what made you fall in love with gardening?
I was brought up on a farm, so we had a beautiful garden.
In Zimbabwe,
right? Yeah. I was brought up with, plants and things that are all around me, nature around us. And I think that's where the sort of seed was set. I was, planting cotton in the garden and I was planting maize in the garden and sort of watching that grow. And it just, the passion just grew and grew and grew.
Amazing.
I came to England, came to study in England, did garden design and horticulture, as you know. And
then you ended up getting an incredible job working at Highgrove for the current king.
Yep.
And what was that really like working for King Charles?
For King Charles, he is an amazing person. He absolutely adores his garden. And that's what's so nice about, knowing that the person who actually has the garden really cares for the garden.
He's really passionate about his garden at Highgrove, isn't he?
Massively. And what's also nice with the connection of the royal connection here, that the boys, I say the boys, the then young princes, Harry and William, used to come and play with James's.
I know, on this very lawn.
I know.
It's
amazing.
Which is amazing. And, Highgrove has become a real sort of like tourist attraction now for the gardens, especially, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And I know that he sort of put so much work into that. How long were you there?
21 years until last year.
21 years.
Quite some time. And, I was there probably as long as I was because the king was so passionate. And that's what's so nice about being somewhere that that the person loves the garden, the person 100%. Wants to be there. And this is what's so nice about, you now marrying James, and James is so passionate about this.
He is.
This project.
He is so passionate.
Yeah.
And I think gardens are kind of spaces where people find sanctuary and grounding, and that's what we really want to try and create for ourselves here at Chavenage, whilst being in quite a sort of public-facing place as well. And I did just want to take you around here where we're going to try and make that happen.
Okay. No, that'd be amazing.
So, Jack, this is what I wanted to show
It's
you.
amazing. That's quite a space.
So, Jack, this is the space that we want to transform
Yeah.
to create a sort of private garden for James and I, somewhere a little bit out of the public's eye and somewhere where family can run. And we'd love your ideas of what we could do to make that happen.
You know, honestly, this is such a lovely space and it's so achievable. I do think that, though, to get just a little bit more out of you exactly what we want, maybe we can go and have a coffee, chat it over, and then I can go maybe do some notes and maybe we can design something.
Yeah, that
yeah.
sounds great.
Yeah.
Let's go. So, Jack, we're outside the Barn Cafe where you've got your very first shop. You've got some amazing stuff in there. And what's your sort of vision for it?
You know, when I came and saw it initially, when James showed me around, it just looked a little bit tired and it needed something. So I like to think of it as our shop.
Yes.
Which is nice because, you know, it fits in with the coffee shop and just having a little shop that people can come and browse and maybe take something home that's either, you know, a plant in a jug or a plant in a pot, or might be some sort of piece of vintage china or
People have been really loving
chair.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and definitely, and you've brought some bits over from Zimbabwe as well, which is so nice to have.
Yeah, I think it's good to have just a mix of everything in there, and I think it's nice that people can just come and go. Something new is going to be in there every time they come, and
Yeah.
let's hope that
Totally.
works for the people coming to the estate.
Exactly. So, Jack, now you've seen the space, what are your initial thoughts?
What we're trying to do is, if we just get some more information out of you, exactly what you and James want for the garden. You know, like you spoke about the dogs and you know, future kids, and that'll be amazing as well. But what exactly do you want before we start design?
It feels really important, James and I, that we can create our own garden, which sounds silly because you've got this massive sprawling lawn that you can use, but there isn't anywhere that is our own private sort of sanctuary space, whatever you want to call it. The estate is a very sort of public-facing area. Privacy is the most important thing for us just within that area. How do you think we go about doing that?
I do think that you need to seal the area off. So I think that's first and foremost, you know, get a hedge in or a wall, whatever you choose. I think walls that can be quite severe. So you could even mix it, and we can have like maybe a little bit of wall in certain areas, you know, like up at the top, and then follow that through with hedging around the
And you were
bottom
talking
part.
about maybe, you know, the yew tree that's right in the middle, which is gonna stay there.
Yep.
Maybe using yew as a hedge.
I think yew is probably the better option for you because it's evergreen. It's really you can't see through it once you get a really good thick hedge in. It's really good thick doer. You know, we know yew grows there because you've got two of the trees in there already. Yew's quite in keeping with the house and the age that the house is. From, you know, all those old Elizabethan style houses you go around, you do see yew shapes, you know, all these like big old topiary shapes.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We want to keep it, you know, within that sort of period of time of when the house was built.
Yeah, because you want it to fit to the house. You don't want it to sort of stand out like a sore thumb, I'm assuming.
Definitely, absolutely. I think that's really important to us as well. But I think when you've got, you know, small dogs and, you know, hopefully children,
Yeah.
you just want to let them run
Yeah.
and not worry, oh, is there cars? Is there a big group of tours? Is there a coach coming
I'm
in?
gonna get out.
100%, and it's creating, you know, we really want to sustain this life for ourselves, and it's just little things like that
Yeah.
which actually make a huge difference to our everyday life. If colour is something that we would really love to try and incorporate, how do you think, what's the best way for us to do that?
I mean, what plants do you like? It's, you know, that's where we have to go with this. So hence why having this chat is so important. To see, so for instance, if you like peonies only come out at a certain time of the year.
Why isn't peony season longer?
I know, that's the trouble. You might say, maybe let's have geraniums, and you sort of have a nice border of geraniums that are going to be a sort of longevity of colour. Roses.
Some roses and, you know, maybe lavender to help the bees, encourage the bees to come in as well, which is quite nice. But yeah, that sort of colour, you know, the pinkies, the purplies, maybe white roses.
Yeah, and block planting, or are you thinking
I personally like it when it looks a little bit wild.
okay.
And I think James will agree with me, although I think he's going to want to sort of section off little bits. And I know that he's kind of He's gunning for a bit of a rope swing coming out of that tree.
Oh, okay. I was thinking more of a bench underneath it, but if a rope swing works, you know, and it's okay. It's got to be. This is the thing, and I think this is the whole point about gardens: is people tend to forget that it's actually there to be used and loved by the people that are in.
100%.
And that's where I think people go wrong in gardens. So it's got to be something that you can go out and you actually want to be in the garden. You want to be in that space.
Being able to just go out in the morning, have a coffee and a bit of
Up
peace
on the
and
terrace.
privacy on the terrace, is a huge thing. So we're really excited, and it's amazing to get your advice on it.
Yeah, I do think if you want to put the hedge in, start putting it in now, you know, before you do all the reno, because I know that's going to be a big thing. And once you've got that going, you know, you might forget about the garden.
Yeah.
So let the hedge actually grow for itself. Let it just get on with it.
I think it would be amazing for us, and it would really change the game for us, sort of, you know, stepping in and moving into the house amongst all the family and all the events and everything that's going on.
Yeah.
It can be our little patch of calm within the chaos.
No, it sounds amazing.
Jack has come up with some amazing ideas for us, including having some steps down from a terrace patio area with a table and chairs, having a rose bush either side with different David Austin roses, a hedge down the side which will create privacy made from yew, which will match the 2 trees which we are keeping in place. We're also thinking about having an area with lavender to encourage bees, a sprawling lawn for hopefully future children and dogs to run, some wildflower at the bottom to create a little wild meadow area, and some more colour which we're going to discuss in time. But we're super excited about this, and Jack's come up with some incredible ideas. You sleep?
Oh, I think I've got a sunburn.
You've got sunburn as well.
How was it?
It was amazing.
And?
You're going to have to watch the video.
What do you mean I'm going to have to watch the video?
Well, I can't give everything away.
Oh.
Guys, if you liked this video, please don't forget to give us a big thumbs up and, of course, subscribe. And maybe let us know in the comment section what your dream garden might look like.
Yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Take care.
Bye!